Hello and welcome to the repair studio. So today I thought I would show you how I would glue on a piece, and for instance, so I have these two faux dogs. This one's fine, his brother, but this one here is missing his tail and also his foot. So he's been washed and he's now dried and is ready for gluing. What you will need is a cocktail stick, some Araldite glue. Now this is the slow release one and it's 50-50, basically puts half the quantities each, mix them together. And this would take about 24 hours to cure. A bottle top to mix your glue in. Some titanium dioxide, which isn't vital, but I tend to use it. It stops the glue from going yellow, but you could just put the glue on. And some Scotch tape. Oh, last but not least, I've got an old bowl here with some lemons. And that is for once we've glued his tail onto place, we will then put him into here. Because if you have a look, if you actually just placed his tail on and glued it, he's going to fall off gravity-wise. And even if you put on some Scotch tape, it will still fall. Whereas if we can prop him so he's at an angle, it holds on. So what we do first is we get our cocktail stick and there. Now we mix just a little bit. If you can also make sure before you start that your hands are nice and clean, because you don't want any dirt or also any fibres, if you're wearing anything too fluffy, to go into your glue. So here you just see just a little bit of glue there, just coming out. There we go. My cocktail stick, you don't need very much because I'm not going to use too much. You can see there, just a little bit there. And he can go in, and then now with this glue you really don't need very much, a little bit goes a long way. See a bit more there. Now also I really wouldn't recommend using super glue. I know it's a quick fix, but it does go really yellow and it's not very good really. Let's put that to there. Oh, he's coming out. No, he is at the end. There you go, get him out there, that's it. Sometimes they block up and you need to just prod them. Cocktail sticks are very handy. There we can see, it's coming out there now. So just a little bit of that. And he will go, okay, here. So what we do, we mix the two Araldites together. And once they're mixed in nicely, I would then add a little bit of the titanium dioxide. Again, you don't need very much this, and it's not vital, but I like to use a little bit, so just put a tiny, tiny little bit. And then I would mix it. As you can see, it's going a slightly whiter colour. If you put too much in, it actually wouldn't help the glue stick, so it wouldn't make it weakens the glue basically. It wouldn't be so strong. So once that's mixed, now when you glue, you only ever glue one side. I wouldn't glue this side and this side, only one side at a time. I have decided to do the tail first, and then later I'd place the foot. Because they're both different angles, you wouldn't want to do them both at the same time because you'd be at different ways of gravity. So obviously this one when I do the leg, he'd be propped up like this, and when I do the tail, he'd be propped up like this. So I think I'll do the tail first. So I would just go on the larger part, and just very slowly with the cocktail stick apply. Now you could, if you wanted to make the glue slightly thinner, place him, if you live in a warm country or having a lovely warm day, you could place your china first in the sun. This would then make the glue nice and it thins the glue out basically. So then when you do apply, the glue's thinner, so you get a tighter fit. It's not necessary though, but it's just a little tip. Right, so once you've got all your glue on there, you don't want to put too much on, just a bit, but make sure it's completely covered on all those little cracks and crevices. So now we've applied the glue, I would take my bowl, let's move him out of the way. Now I would take my bowl of lemons. I would rather use fruit rather than, I wouldn't like to use, for instance, stones or anything like that, because obviously if this dropped into a load of stones, you'd be trying to find the pieces, and also if you used sand, you'd end up have sand sticking to your glue. So if you can use something like this, if you do use something like sand or stones, just make sure you put some kitchen roll on the top first. So if your piece does drop off midway, you can easily retrieve it without making it dirty. So I've glued this, and then I'm gently going to fix it. There you go, it's quite tight. And then you press down just a little bit, not too much. So just make sure there's any excess glue will come out. Now, when you think he's quite tight, I will then place him. Just put a bit more there. It takes a little time to get it just right. Just lift this up a bit so you can actually see. Now, there we go. So now he's nicely placed. So what I'll do next is use my Scotch tape. So I have my Scotch tape here. I don't like using sellotape. I find it too sticky. It doesn't hold in place too much. It does hold in place, but particularly if you have anything with gold gilding, it would actually take it off. So here we are. We have our Scotch tape here, and just place it in just to secure it more, just in case he does decide to drop off. And then one last time, another piece. Probably just put him here, as you can see. Now this would take about 24 hours to cure, so I'd leave him just to set for 24 hours, as you can see there. So he's all propped up nicely, and we just leave him there for 24 hours until he's ready, and then I can then work onto the leg. Okay, so I hope this demonstration tutorial was useful for you, and please subscribe and leave a comment down below if there's any questions you'd like to ask, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye!